Okay, so should now be pretty obvious. Like the universe is alive, and it's evolving, just like us, with us, as us, through us. You know, it rewards certain people for one breaking barriers or linking linking things together that have been broken. So there's two ways you can be rewarded: doing something new or repairing something old. You know, it rewards you with the this little point system. Well, it really you can call it whatever you want. You know, some people call it karma. The universe calls it, equal and opposite reaction. The government calls it financial, right? So it rewards the barrier breakers and ordains them power over the rest of the population to help guide their evolution. That's how the first kings came about, and scribes and all that, and eventually even to the good old fashioned United States of America. But it was built on the back of a lot of negative karma. So when that shit catches up, you know, you're gonna have a entire population, or most of the population, where they're ready to just flip shit. You know, it's important not to overreact. But yeah, this government, these financial systems, they knew how to hack this universal thing, this universal consciousness, this godlike consciousness, right? So they hack it and benefit the interest from the people who actually earned it, really literally siphoning energy away. Because you think there's two types of energy: kinetic, potential. Just like there's the people that create new things and the people that repair the old. There's it comes in twos, comes in pairs. Centrifugal force and compound interest too on that financial. So centrifugal force is old catching up with the new. So if you're going 30 miles an hour this way, and then there's a wave of energy behind you going 60 miles an hour and hits you, it might increase your speed up here. Say they're like 40 or something like that. What it increases to doesn't matter. It's just the fact that it increases. Pay attention. Because that's adding, that's addition. Centripetal force adds to the old. Compound multiplies. You know what I'm saying? It's the snowball effect. It multiplies. Compounding is to multiply. Centripetal force is to add. We're starting to tap into the universal language. And it does have a language. But it's such a big thing if you know anything about mass. Large objects they take a little bit more time to get into motion. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of why I couldn't just stop slavery. It couldn't just stop this. So it did set up a good situation for, creating something off of it, though. And it really did. But it just took a little bit to catch up. See, there's a lot of people with slave minds now still that need to wake up. They need to free them. It's literally conscious projections from the past. I'm gonna tell you something about tradition. Tradition is literally peer pressure from dead people. Let's say I say, hey, every 20th of April, we're gonna run a mile. It's the run a mile day. It's not the weed day. We're gonna run a mile. And I get you to do it. And then you get somebody else to do it. And then they get somebody else to do it, right? You've started a cause and effect loop of a habit that happens on a specific date, a time. So you got a habit that's done at a specific time repeatedly. Now the person that starts this, he dies. And the person that I told dies. And eventually, there's this combination of deaths, but there's also the combinations of these people spreading this tradition as well. The tradition starts to get a life of its own, tries to outrun death itself, the people dying within it. So the no individual person is actually special, but they're all important. They're all needed together to keep the whole conscious system alive. And it is a conscious system. It is alive. So, you look at conscious like this. The first thing a baby, when it's born, is aware of is just the fact, it's just awareness itself. I'm here. What up? It's 1D conscious. That's one dimension. As a baby gets older, starts gaining recognition. Usually around the time 2 years old, usually it's because this is evolution in progress, in action. You try this, you try moving your hand, you try moving your foot. Eventually you know how to make a step. You've done so many bad tries. You failed so many times until you figured one out. And then you stuck with it. Added to it. Eventually you've done that on all your motor skills. Move your hands, you know how to move your feet. You know how to talk. This is around 2 years old. And then when this happens, you start realizing some of these objects in the environment aren't just objects. They're other things that are alive too. That's when you're at the second dimension of conscious. You're aware other people exist. It's not just an automatic thing. They're alive too. This is around 2 years old. It's why the things that happen to you before a baby have such an impact on you, but we're going to get to that later. So now you're aware of other people. So now you start working on the critiques, the people skills, the people laws, social laws, relationships, hierarchies. How do I relate to him? Who does he have power over? What does he control? What does she control? Who do I control? Who can hurt me? Who am I with? Who am I against? You're figuring all that out. And then it's a more seamless, fluid one than the first jump in dimensions, but then you start realizing the importance of planning day-to-day things. Some people can learn planning before they learn social, and then some people learn social before planning, but everybody always knows of existence itself first. Or most people.